Listen, Dutchman, I'm gonna need you to be a man. I'm gonna need you to stand up, not go to your knees, and we're gonna need to strike like men. I know you like to wrestle and you like to choke people out and do some dude, but I'll make a pact with you, you make a pact with me that we stand up like men and we settle this like men.
October 27th, 2023. UFC 5 was released. In that game, there's a game mode called Stand and Bang. We are in the real world. We're not in the video game world. Sean Strickland showing his insecurities right now, saying, Dricus, please, just don't take me down. Don't wrestle me. I know you like to grapple. I know you like to submit people. I know you like to do this. Don't do that, man. That's a part of the reason I lost the first fight, and I just saw you improve and get better against Adesanya and submit him, who's never been submitted in his life. And now I'm nervous, so I'm asking and I'm begging you, please do not wrestle. Let's just stand up and strike. Who does this guy think he is? Like, who does this bald-headed rat think he's talking to? And of course, Dricus had a response to this. A very clever response by Dricus. Not really clever, just a normal response with anyone with a hairline. Dricus responds with, there's no pact between lions and men. He's a different animal. Dricus is a real bad man, you get me, bro. Dricus ain't these other folks. You're not going to try to gaslight and convince Dricus to, for whatever reason, stand and trade with you. Why is Dricus going to just, like, take away what he's good at, which is kind of everything? Dricus is a wild card. Like, Dricus is, like, he's not great at, like, individual things, but he's kind of good at everything, and then he's abnormally strong. Strickland has not improved in his entire career. Strickland has been fighting the same way since he's fought Kamaru Usman to the way he's fought in Sir Paulo Costa in his last fight. He comes in with the same approach. He's going to stand up really straight. He's going to do a marching man style, you know, like marching man. And he's going to throw some teeps and jabs. What pissed me off about this, I think, what got me kind of mad is that, like, let's be real, man. Let's put on a show. Let's stand and bang. Put on a show. Who are you? Like, what do you do? Why are you trying to gaslight? Listen, you can gaslight your fans, and it's working. I know his fans are like, Kenny, dude, but Strickland's his style's so cowabunga, dude. It's radical, dude. I want to see him stand and bang. It's going to be more entertaining that way. Strickland does not have entertaining stand and bang fights. I mean, it depends. If your view on entertainment is teep jab, teep jab, teep jab jab. Oh, nah, jab. This guy, like, never, he averages probably like a one power shot around, like when he's actually gonna throw a 1-2. He barely does it. Like, this guy's a stand and bang merchant. I can't start stand and bang because when you say stand and bang, I feel like bang implies like bang. You know what I'm saying? Stand and paw. Stand and paw makes more like stand and you know, throw a little paw at him, or your stupid teep. This guy has no chance against Dricus Du Plessis. I've never been more confident in Dricus in a fight, especially because of the fact I look at Dricus and I'm seeing improvement. Like, I swear, the Dricus that fought Derek Brunson and even Darren Till, the guy who's getting like taken down by Brunson, controlled, beat up by Brunson in the first round, then found a way to secure it while he's looking ugly and fatigued and fucking just like stepping all over the place like a goofball. That is not the same Dricus like as we're seeing lately. I think the first shift in the fight was the Whitaker fight, because I remember the Darren Till fight, more of the same. He looked horrible on the ground, like, and I'm not saying in the Whitaker and Izzy fight he didn't look goofy. Like, Dricus is gonna always have that weird essence about him, but he gets the job done. But I do think there was an improvement in like his cardio. Once he got that nose surgery, at first I thought it was placebo. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna get nose surgery and he's gonna fucking be the big bad wolf all of a sudden. But dude, his gas tank looked like it improved. He still looks tired. Like in the Izzy fight, he looked kind of tired. Or like, yeah, I remember Izzy stuffed him like face on the ground. Stuffed him. Dricus was trying to catch his breath on his knees. Izzy was like, get up. He gets up and then he just throws a stupid clobbing 1-2 at Izzy's face, dude. And like, it stops Izzy's whole momentum. This guy's interesting. Now, when I look at this rematch, I want people to know that, first of all, the first fight wasn't a robbery. It was pretty clear Dricus win. Like, I know if you're a Strickland fan, you're like, yeah, but Strickland's jab and teep were so significant. He should have stole the fight. No, it's pretty clear that Dricus won the round. I think Strickland won the last round, and was it that he won 2 rounds? I forgot which one. I think it was the first and the last, or the second and the last. But I remember. No, it was the first and the last, because I remember 2, 3, and 4, it was clearly Dricus. I remember, like, oh my god, I was like, what's going on? I remember I actually thought Strickland was going to win. I thought he was going to overwhelm him and just fatigue him, but Dricus is really tough to stand and bang with and then just go the distance. What Dricus did really good in the first fight is he would disrupt his rhythm with takedowns. He always does it to people. He disrupts their rhythm and it makes them more fatigued as the fight elongates. He did it with Izzy. He did it with Strickland. He's going to do that with Strickland again, and Strickland's trying to avoid that. So he's saying, please do not wrestle me because I know that messes up my rhythm and I can't get a groove on and this, that, and the third. I'm going to do... Strickland wrestled against Imavov, you know? Like, he's wrestled against strikers. He just doesn't want the same to be done to him because, like, he knows that Dricus is really strong and Dricus is improving. Like I said, look at Dricus' rate of improvement compared to Strickland. Strickland deserved this title shot? No. I mean, yeah, dude. But Kenny, dude, he beat Paul Costa. Paul Costa's impossible to beat. Costa lost a... Bro, I'm not even going to get into that. Like... He got an undeserved title shot, and now it's going to show what happens when you get an undeserved title shot. Islam already showed us what happens with undeserved title shots, you know, Moicano. But Strickland, like, he could beg and he could plead and he could hope that it's not it's only a standing bang. But what I think Dricus is going to come out with this time, I think he's going to be way more heavy on the wrestling approach. Like, I think Dricus is going to wrestle like 90% of the fight. And let me tell you why. I feel like Dricus is starting to understand that, like, he has a niche for this. Like, he's always wrestled, but I feel like the confidence coming off of Israel Adesanya's submission, knowing Adesanya has never been submitted in his life, and he was taking down Izzy. Was Izzy, like, on the ground? No, Izzy does a good job getting up, so does Strickland. But I feel like Dricus is going to play more into, like, his wrestling because, like I said, the first fight, there's controversy behind it. Oh, yeah, but I just feel like, dude, he was just so 50-50. Like, I think jabs should count more than stupid, heavy overhands, you know? Even though Dricus starts to look harder, you know, Strickland's jab caused more bruising, so this, that, and third. I think Dricus is going to remove all doubt and be heavy on the wrestling. He could even Batista max him. I don't even care. And to be honest, watching him Batista max and hold Strickland against the fence or like watching a teep and jab, they're both the same level of entertainment for me. This card is miserable. Listen, I'm not even going to make this video about 312 because I could go on days. I could really cook this card so bad, but I don't want to even give it that much attention. But I didn't say my reaction to any of these fights, but like, of course they have Weili and Soares. That's the other fight, I guess, on the card, and it's a championship fight. But this card is worse than... This is the worst card of the year, and it's a pay-per-view. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this shit, but my point being said is this fight specifically is carrying the card unironically, and it's not even because this fight's gonna be entertaining. It's literally just the name value, and it's a rematch, and there's controversy. I get controversy in the first fight. Strickland won this, Strickland won that, but I'm not hyped for this card at all, but I do want to see Dricus maul Strickland. Strickland winning, first of all, does nothing great for the division. He's going to just duck Chimaev. That's never going to happen. You know, people like Dricus showed interest. Dricus tried to fight Hamzat over Strickland because he wanted a harder test, and now he's getting Strickland. This might feel like, it feels like a dog treat to Dricus. Bro, give me this easy-ass stylistic fight that this guy's going to come in, and he's not going to improve. The thing about this, I want to point to the adjustments that are going to be made by both guys, because there's going to be adjustments made on one side, and it's going to be Dricus. Show me an adjustment Strickland has ever made in his life. You can't. Like, sure, some people have, like, fight styles that they usually go to. Like, Adesanya has always that kickboxing fight style. But in the Whitaker, he was heavy on the counter boxing, and he scored, and he knocked him out. Against Paulo Costa, he was heavy on the low kick to set up his counter strikes, which he wasn't like in the Whitaker one fight because Whitaker's blitz. Like, some people could have like a similar fight style every time, but they adjust certain things based on their opponent. Strickland, look at any fight, he never adjusted his fight style ever. Like, he's always gonna have that same teep and jab with slow momentum and like marching, like doing a marching band kind of shit he always does. That's what he's gonna do because that's what he does best, but he doesn't improve anything. If you look at Dricus, he does fight a little bit differently according to who he's fighting. Against Strickland, I do believe he was a little bit more okay with being on the back foot, and like he was kind of like not okay with being on the back foot, but he would rotate from back to front. Against Whitaker, he was a little bit more just aggressive fully because he just kind of expected something crazy from Whitaker, and he was also like ready to counter when Whitaker came in. He would always throw these straight punches, which ultimately caught Whitaker. Dricus actually adjusts and he actually improves. So I think this rematch is going to come down to who makes the better adjustments. And the fact that Strickland doesn't know what an adjustment is and doesn't really make an adjustment, all he does is spar every day. So he just tries to like perfect that one style. But when you get to the championship level, which is why he had the great championship reign, a whopping 0 title defenses, held above for like less than 3 months. I think the shortest reign in middleweight history, is because this guy has no adjustments. Like, he thinks he could just come in with the same style and people aren't going to take notes and like study you. Like, as a champion, you should know to adjust accordingly to your opponents, but Strickland didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Strickland, and he still doesn't know it. And I don't think he's going to make any improvement, because what's he going to try to change? Like, there is improvements he probably could make with like better counter, trying to time Dricus counter. when Dricus throws those stupid clubbing punches, but I just don't think Strickland has that in him. I think Strickland's going to come forward with the same style, and then Dricus is going to be the one who makes the adjustment. And when a fighter makes an adjustment from a rematch and the other fighter doesn't, the rematch is always so one-sided. You guys remember when Max Holloway arguably beat Volk? In this next fight, Max Holloway kind of showed up with the same approach, and then Volk just like was a little bit heavier on the boxing, better footwork, and Volk just whooped him badly. It's going to be a battle of adjustments, and I look at Strickland, I see him making 0 adjustments. So it's going to be easiest. I just want to like let you guys know this fight's not going to be what you guys think it is. If you think it's going to be competitive, and if it is competitive and goes the distance, it's going to be more decisively for Dricus. And that's if it goes the distance. I can see a world where Dricus submits him. I can see a world where Dricus knocks him out. I see all 3 options. I don't see a world where Strickland knocks him out, which is just not happening. And to be honest, to beat Dricus, someone like with that weirdly like crazy heart and like mindset, I feel like you have to finish him, or you gotta time something and like hurt him. And I just don't think Strickland has the power to hurt Dricus. Or maybe be really good at grappling like Hamza, because I think Hamza could beat Dricus because he's grappling. But I look at Strickland's grappling, brother, what is this, brother? 0, you know? So this is just an uphill battle for Strickland. I just don't see a way or a possibility he even has a chance of touching Dricus in this fight. So I do think it's going to be an easy Dricus win. By any way, it depends how Dricus wants to win, but I don't think Strickland sees the final belt. And after this, I think Dricus goes and fights Hamza. Maybe Strickland loses and fights Izzy when Izzy beats him out. We'll see what they do after this, but I just want to make this video, let you guys know, brother, push your whole house on Dricus, and if the odds are close, throw your bank account at Dricus, because trust me, brother, dale, he gonna win that shit. But that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. I might make a whole new video about the whole card, but I hate the card, so we'll see what I do. But that's it for me. Have a good one, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.